Whether it's your first time here or you're a regular here at Mr. Super Oz, I just want to thank you for tuning in to the channel. It exists because I, Oz, from the channel Mr. Super Oz, I wrote a 68-page graphic novel called Everlasting Survivors. Volume 1 is called All Day Long. If you follow the link in the description of this video, you can get yourself hats, shirts, posters, all kinds of fun things. But most importantly, you can get the story itself. And the more people that pick up the story, the greater the chances are that there can be continued adventures with these heroes. If you could, give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, leave a comment, enjoy. So, on my Smackdown, we open up with the man who ended last week's episode, that being Mark Henry.
Of course.
And he says that he killed, he probably didn't say killed, but he took out.
Yeah, he murdered.
He took out an icon, a legend, whatever hyperbole you want to use. But what he requests tonight is, he said, I want young talent. He said, Hogan is the past, I'm looking toward the future. And when it comes to this television title, I want it to represent what is to come and not what was. And so he says, I hereby request for this open challenge to be accepted by someone who isn't ancient, that type of thing.
I gotcha.
And so we see the return of Johnny the Bull Stamboli, who was previously in WCW as one of the Natural Born Thrillers.
Of course.
And he had good size to him. He had a great build. He was a good wrestler. He just wasn't what I would call
revolutionary.
Well, I was going to say he wasn't somebody they were going to push to the moon. But in this case, he fits the bill of an up-and-comer.
Okay.
Because he's not 30 years deep in the business, been on top for all of it. And so Mark Henry defeats Johnny the Bull Stamboli in the opening match of SmackDown.
Cool.
Bunch of things going on in the middle of the show. I'm sure Matt throws up some facts, and he's trying to recruit some Mattitude followers, that type of thing. But because we are in the team numbers of the SmackDown, and William Regal refuses to defend his Intercontinental title unless he has to, he is forced to defend his Intercontinental Championship in the main event of the show. And Stephanie picks one of Teddy Long's favorite challengers to anyone, and that is the dead man, The Undertaker.
The Undertaker!
And so, The Undertaker and Big Evil Chuck Palumbo, so the Red Devil, The Undertaker, and Big Evil Chuck Palumbo, they both ride out on their motorcycles. And while they do so, Lance Storm, Test, and Chris Nowinski are running from the bike. So in my mind, they run into the ring, up the ramp, all this stuff, right?
Beautiful.
And so while William Regal is wrestling The Undertaker in the main event of SmackDown, Chuck Palumbo is doing his best to keep the other three at bay. And
driving a motorcycle at top speed.
And so, so the both bikes are parked when Taker's in the ring.
Right, but I mean, where's the fun in that?
And so, at one point, the three guys are beating down Big Evil Chuck Palumbo, and they all fight to the back. And it looks like it's going to be one-on-one.
Okay.
Regal versus The Undertaker, until a woman appears at ringside, and she slides the brass knucks to William Regal. Referee doesn't see. Undertaker gets laid out with the
Power of the Punch.
Power of the Punch, thank you. It is then revealed as the show goes off the air that said woman who helps William Regal is the queen of the Rhodes family, Terry Runnels. I put that term, the queen of the Rhodes family, or a queen of wrestling, if you will, because I've long had this this desire. I haven't quite hammered it out, figured it out yet, but there's this group in DC Comics called the Royal Flush Gang, right? And so I love the idea of King, Queen, 10, Jack, and Ace.
Yep.
So, but you can do it in other variations, like in chess.
There is other variations.
Well, what I was going to say, in chess, it could be King, Queen,
Bishop, Rook, Knight.
Exactly. And so, whatever representation you use, that reminds me, I need to show you this character I created in 2K23 after this video is over.
Yeah.
So, I think I told you that I rebranded formerly Aleister Black and currently Malachi Black to King Black.
Yeah, you did.
I've got to show you the gear I put him in.
Okay.
Oh, it's freaking pristine.
Now I gotta know.
So anyway, the reason I have Terry Runnels assist William Regal is because currently his faction consists of Test, Nowinski, Storm, himself, and now with Terry, there are 5. So, like I said, I haven't quite got it all mapped out. Who's the ace? Who's the ace of this group? It's probably Lance, right?
Yeah,
he's probably the ace. If you've got, but then again, I can see Lance being the jack of all trades. Maybe you don't even want to go cards. Maybe you want to go chess pieces. Maybe. So
Lance would be like a sturdy.
I don't know. I haven't got it figured out. But hopefully by next episode, and by episode I mean after he's done talking about Raw, and we get to July 18th of 2002. Hopefully we've got it all figured out because, like I said, this is what I'm working with. But that is how the episode ends of SmackDown.
Cool.
Is with an addition to William Regal's majestic crew.